Hi, welcome to Career Spotlight. I'm Mary Powers from Career Connect Northwest, hosted at the Northwest Educational Service District 189 in Anacortes, Washington. And today on Career Spotlight, we are talking about construction trades. And we have with us Audrey Miller, who works at TRICO. Hi, Audrey.
Hi, Mary. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so glad that you're here. So I met you in 2023 at Concrete High School. We were having a career exploration day, and at that time you were a small parts mechanic for Trico, but I hear that since then you have moved up the ladder, so to speak.
Yes, I have. Since then, I transitioned from small parts mechanic to project engineer intern, and then now I am a full-time project administrator for our service unit at TRICO.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you work on?
Yeah, so at the service unit, we typically work on tenant improvements and renovations for projects ranging from commercial use to industrial use to even hospitals. We have a couple of hospital jobs going on right now that are very fun. And anything that falls under those categories, we're doing different finishes, we're changing out walls, we're changing out windows, we're doing things that aren't new build, but just renovations and upgrades that the owners want to see.
And what I like about the project administrator is it seems a little bit different. When we talk about the trades, a lot of people think about laborers, carpenters, like very physical work in the construction trades, but this is a little bit different.
It is. So, as a project administrator, I do everything from the bidding process of trying to get projects all the way into the startup with buyout and contracts, and then all the way through the ongoing project and then closing it out at the end with all of the documentation.
Sounds like you get to do a variety of things in your job.
It's very full circle. I've very much enjoyed it so far.
That's awesome. And I am going to share a picture that I have of you. Give me just a minute. Can you see that okay?
Yes, I can.
All right. So yes, I found this picture when I was looking up Women in Construction Week. We were just celebrating that a few weeks ago in March. So can you tell us a little bit about this photo?
Yeah, so this was taken at Skagit Valley Hospital in our fluoroscopy suite. It was during the transition period of changing out walls and finishes in the room to then put in new equipment, and we're just now finishing up the project. And this was a great opportunity for not only myself, but all the women in our company to help highlight what we do and how we bring different perspectives into our field. It's a very fun week, and I was so happy to be a part of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's awesome. This looks like some of the projects that you have worked on. Here's the tenant improvement one. And
Yeah,
so,
so we love doing projects within our region from King, Snohomish, Skagit, Island, and Whatcom County. We love doing all of our projects, and most of them end up helping the citizens of the area. So it feels very fulfilling when we can work on a hospital clinic or we can work on the Lincoln Theater, which goes to help all of the people in the community get to enjoy the space better.
oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, here's the Lincoln Theater one right here. Yeah, how cool to work on something like that and then drive by or see it later and think that you had a part in that.
It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm driving around town is point at buildings and go, "We did this over here." It's quite a quite a fun experience.
Yeah, I bet. And here you are at the Women in Construction Week right here on your website. So that was great too.
Yeah, that was in a project down in Richland, and we were as a project engineer intern, I got to go down with a huge group and look at a project at Lamb Weston, a food processing facility that they were doing a pre-engineered metal building addition onto. So that was a very, very fun experience to go get to be on the other side of the state and just see a different type of work going on.
Yeah, that's great to be able to travel like that. And so lastly, what type of advice would you give to a high school student who's interested in going into the construction trades, but they're not sure what way they want to go? A lot of times, high school students will say, "Oh, I want to go into an apprenticeship or I want to go into an internship," and there's so many choices. How could we help them with that choice?
I think that one thing that a lot of people miss nowadays is initiative. And that is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. That's how I started at TRICO was making a phone call and having a conversation with someone, and then transitioning that conversation into another one, and then talking to another person at the company and continuing to move myself along. And that's something that you don't see a lot anymore is people willing to have a conversation or pick up the phone and call someone and ask for information. There are so many people that want to see our generation succeed. And as a 19-year-old, this is my generation. And I think that that's what these kids need is to just show the initiative that they want to get out here. They want to have this job. They want to push into a career versus a job because careers and jobs are very different. And just making a phone call, making another phone call, talking to someone who you see pull up in a parking lot who has a company vehicle. You know, everyone's connected, and especially in the Pacific Northwest, someone knows someone or someone knows something. So eventually you'll get to a point where you end up continuing down a road because of a conversation you had or because of something you learned from talking to someone. So I think that that's something that anyone can take away is just show the initiative if you really want it.
Yeah, taking initiative is such great advice and just rolling up your sleeves, putting yourself out there and being like, I want to do this and who wants to help me? Because people really do want to help. And I think we were talking earlier about there's a lot of retirements coming up in construction trades. So there's
Yeah.
more openings than ever.
Yeah, more people are retiring than people are coming into the trades. And we have so many skilled people that even work for TRICO, and we can't get them to teach people enough because there just aren't the people coming in. So it's really an opportunity that has never happened before where you can walk into anywhere and they will have an opening because they're just those starter jobs that are open and people want to continue their legacies and their trainings and they want to continue their trades. So it's a very important piece of time and it's something that any kid can fall into.
Yeah, they should definitely seize the moment. And I think you just mentioned something about being 19 years old. How old were you when you started at Trico?
I had just turned 17 when I started at TRICO, and I'm about to turn 20 in July.
Oh,
So, yeah, I've been here for almost 3 years.
wow. And you're doing really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was so great to talk to you. Thank you so much for being on Career Spotlight, Audrey.
Thank you so much for having me, Mary.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.